Good day, everyone. My name is Princess Gumisa Delig. I'm standing here today not because my life is perfect, but sabat pa ko pero because God has been good even in the seasons where I feel completely broken. And my prayers is that someone here will feel God's love through my story. First, I want to thank God for giving me the strength and courage to speak, and if not for Him, I wouldn't even have the voice to share these moments of my life. I also want to thank our church, our pastors, leaders, and everyone here for embracing us, guiding us, and loving us like family. It is such an honor to share the women's testimony today. I've known God for many years, but there was a time that truly revealed how real He is back in my college days. During that season, my parents were no longer together. They were both far away, and for the first time in my life, I felt completely alone. No mama, no papa, no one to listen, no one to cry to. So every time I was hurting, I would write everything down on paper. And I would whisper in my mind, Lord, ikaw na lang. Please read what I cannot say because honestly, He was the only one I had. One afternoon, I cried. I cried so hard, I could barely breathe. I told God, Lord, I can't do this anymore. Please help me. Since high school until college, I was the one cooking, cleaning, taking care of my younger sibling while trying to study. I was tired, I was hurting. I felt like the whole world was too heavy for someone like me. But in the middle of that pain, was scrolling Facebook, one Bible verse suddenly appeared. I don't remember the words, but I remember the feeling. It was like God whispered, Anak, I hear you. And in that moment, I knew God is always on me. Then God led me to Dan, and through Him, I found this church, Lord of Glory Life Church. For the first time, I felt welcome. I felt seen. I felt like, Lord, ito pala yung hinahanap ko. This is the church I prayed for. God blessed us with two wonderful children. And even though being a wife and mother is not easy, mag-away, maglalis, sahay, ups and downs, God always held us together. He remains faithful even when life gets messy. But the darkest valley I ever walked through was losing my father. One day I got cold. My father was rushed to the hospital. I prayed, Lord, please not now. I was pregnant in that time with my daughter, and the stress was so heavy that I feared losing her too kasi nakunan din ako before siya na binuntis ko. Before my father died, he told me, take care of the child. This stayed in my mind. Nagsalig ko nga, Lord, basta magsalig ko ato na word. From Jensen to Davao, I cried the whole trip. We had no money, but someone lent us a car just so we could get to Him. Even then, God was making a way. Before, in 2021, my father told me, if mamatay ko, dili mo maglisod. Giandam ko na tanan. I didn't understand what He meant until that moment. But we arrived in Davao. We were too late. We didn't get to see Him alive. He was already in a funeral home. Wala man naman siya na hug. So, sad kaayo. That pain, there is nothing like it. Seeing my papa lifeless while carrying life inside me, I felt like my heart broke in two. And still, we had no money to bring him home, but we checked his ATM. Exact amount gyud na dito, exacto para makauli mig Jinsan. At that moment, I knew God had prepared everything long before we even prayed. The day before we brought him home, someone from my mother's family unexpectedly arrived with food. God knew we're hungry. Whole kay whole day, migahulat sa St. Peter. And my deepest grief, God carried me. He gave me strength I didn't know I had. And through losing my father, God gave me new blessing, my daughter. He brought me closer to my siblings and my mom. And He gave me a husband who stood by me through every tear. Life is not perfect. This year had tears, fears, and battles. But God never left me, not once. In my weakest moments, He gave me strength and anxiety. He gave me peace. In my need, He provided. And here's what I learned. Trust God's timing. We want answers fast, but God gives them at the moment we need them the most. And when we allow Him to lead our life, everything slowly falls into place, even the things that once broke us. My testimony may come from different years, different seasons, but all of them showed me one truth. God is faithful, even when life is painful, even when we don't understand. Thank you, and may God bless us all.